Hi there. Hello. Welcome to Hashtag Trending on Spectrum Television. My name is Ofonona Joseph. Of course, you know that already. Today is Wednesday and it is Family Wednesday on Hashtag Trending. When did we even get into a new week? Monday, Tuesday, and today's Wednesday, and before you know it, the week is over and we run into another week. Well, today is 10th of September 2025, and today is set aside to mark World Suicide Prevention Day. World Suicide Prevention Day started back at 2003, and it is about encouraging individuals, communities, organizations, and governments to act with the following key messages: awareness and understanding that talk openly and compassionately about suicide, challenging myths and breaking down stigma; policy, advocate for the discrimination of suicide and the development of national suicide prevention strategies. What else? Take action. Take part in training, share stories, and check in with loved ones. Then, conflict areas. Ensure those affected by crisis and instability have access to mental health care and protective support. Well, what is the theme for this year's World Suicide Prevention Day? The theme is changing the narrative on suicide. Changing the narrative on suicide. Do not forget that each life that is lost has profound social, emotional, and economic consequences, deeply affecting families, friends, workplaces, and the entire communities around the world. So, today is set aside to create awareness about suicide. No matter what happens to you, no matter what you go through, no matter what, as long as you are alive, the final resolution is not to take your life. Okay, no matter what happens, you can always have a second chance to life. Yes, majority of people can say, yeah, I'm a living testimony of, a second chance. So you could be that person too. Okay, so don't ever resort to taking your life. So if you know of anybody that's depressed or that's going through a lot, or the economy is so biting on the person and the person feels like the world is crumbling on her or him, go closer to the person. Do not abstain from associating with the person. Go close to the person. Make friends with the person. Talk with the person. Communicate with the person. Have some heart-to-heart conversations. Make the person walk out of, a tight environment. Let the person sightsee, see things. And the person might try to forget some things, especially people that have lost loved ones and casualties of war. Talk to them, get closer to them, because some persons might actually resort to suicide. And we are really preaching against this. So this is me officially welcoming you to Hashtag Trending Wednesday edition on Spectrum Television. And what do we have on our book today? Okay, the first page that I've just flipped through is that the Nigerian populace, we've got some very intelligent people. They have dug deep, right, into the account of the Nigerian police and their funds, how they spend their monies. And back in 2023, we have seen that Nigerian police force buys 85 cartons of cracker biscuits for over 22 million naira. Yes. So when they were digging up and trying to see how the Nigerian police force spent their money, they realized that they spent over a whooping sum of 22 million naira on crackers biscuit for what? For personnel in operations and some special duties. I mean, 85 cartons of cracker biscuit, 22 million naira. And people are coming out to say, no, 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 this is fraud. I mean, where did they divert the monies to? And they've come out to break down a carton of crackers biscuit and why they would spend over 22 million naira for 85 cartons. And this, is gone viral, and the internet is abuzz about this particular revelation that happened in 2023. This is when this is coming up, and it's an eye-opener to the Nigerian citizens that if this is what actually happened in 2023, lots of monies are being dumped into things that might not really be important, and we keep on moving and sweeping it under the carpet, and nobody is, living an accountable life. Let us see netizens' reactions to this. Nosa the Observer says, if true, that's outrageous. 280,000 naira for a single carton of biscuits. This speaks to either reckless spending or outright corruption. Nigerians deserve accountability on how public funds are being used. Of course we do. Otumba Adeolu says 85 cartons, that is less than 500k, just gobbed 22 million naira. The citizens of Nepal are probably looking at this and they're angry that we're just quiet. All right, with a laughing emoji. Okay, Geek for Real says 280,000 naira for one carton of crackers biscuits, mogbe, till the second coming of Jesus Christ. Nigerian police will continue to romance corruption without remorse. Okay, that's Casual Scroller says, that's pure looting in broad daylight. There's no way biscuits should cost that much. They just inflate figures to divert money and nobody gets held accountable. Okay. Well, we have so many reactions to this as people, some persons are trying to break down a carton of cracker, and some persons are saying there is no how a whooping sum of over 22 million naira goes into purchasing 85 cartons of cream cracker in Nigeria. No, that they should be held, the Nigerian police force should be held accountable so that they really come out to say, okay, segment how they use the monies. This is the Nigeria that we have found ourselves. Who are you going to, account? Who are you responsible to? Who do you make account to? This is where we find ourselves. But I believe that we can actually do better. And someone in the comment actually mentioned Nepal. We move over to what is happening in Nepal, the southern part of Asia. This thing that's happening in Nepal, the protest by the Gen Zs. And these Gen Zs are the Gen Zs. They're like from 13 years to 28. What is the protest that's ongoing in Nepal? I don't know the word to use. It's scary. It's so scary. It all started when the government of Nepal banned social media and the youths were like, no. They actually condoned and swallowed a lot of bitter pills from the government of the day. A lot of looting, no infrastructure, bad roads, bad governance, no employment, oppression, so much. Then it happened that the government of the day had to shut their mouths because the only way that they could speak up was to use the social media to talk. And they saw that they had a lot of people on their sites on the social media. So the government of the day had to shut their mouth using the social media. And this time around, they came out en masse to say, no, you cannot shut our mouths. We must do something. Remove the ban that you have placed on social media. And the youths went out to the street en masse and protested, burned down buildings, beat government officials, stripped them naked. They did a lot of hazardous things. Let's just see what's happening in the video. All right, this is the number of youths that we have seen. They are coming out en masse in their numbers, and they're not standing down. The government of the day actually gave orders that police should, shoot and throw the tear gas, and they have killed some youths. But no, they came out more in their large number. As you can see, they're more like the sands of the seashore. And oh my God, they said, no, we will continue. And lots of youths have also been injured. You can see that they're carrying placards and writing stuff on boards saying that this is what we want. We want a new Nepal. We want some government officials to resign, else this will continue. And now the government of the day has come out to beg them to stand down, that they should have a dialogue, they should have a conversation, they should stand down. But I bet you this particular protest has skyrocketed into something else, as they're burning down houses, government establishment. Even when some politicians want to run out, they say no. They go closer, and the government officials will drive with their vehicle into the youths, and they will still stand their ground to say, come down, mister, come down, madam. You are the cause of what's happening in Nepal. Where are you running to? It's a whole lot that I cannot explain. Look at the number of youths coming out en masse to protest for what? A better governance, to shun nepotism. And the thing, they had to start digging into the lives of, the politicians' children abroad. They say, this is what your children are enjoying abroad. And we are here, we are dying of poverty, of hunger, unemployment. So the anger was just stirred up in them that, no, something really has to be done. It got to the point that the government of the day knew that they cannot nib it in the bud. And they started begging that they should calm down. They should calm down and have a talk and have a conversation. I don't know how they're going to tame this, because this has really skyrocketed into something else. But we hope that they calm down and have a dialogue, a conversation with the government of the day, because I believe that they are ready to listen. Burning down of houses and everything might just result to poverty in the nearest future. Something it took years to establish, something it took years to build some infrastructures, and they're burning it down. It might result to poverty in the nearest future. Let us see people's comment on social media. Sonny says, it's shameful to see international media framing Nepal's Gen Z protests as merely against the social media ban. That's not what it is about. The protest was and is still against corrupt system, unchecked government privileges, and years of exploitation. Reducing it to just the ban is dishonest and insulting to the movement. Okay, that's coming from Sonny. CG says, in less than 48 hours, Gen Z protests in Nepal did the following: burnt down multiple politicians' houses, increased the protests even during curfew and firing around multiple cities, made the Prime Minister resign, entered Parliament and burnt it. This is the generation that doesn't forgive, doesn't forget. Okay. Charles says the Nepalese Gen Z uprising is heroic to some, but others argue it's reckless chaos. Burning parliament and attacking homes across a line, turning a valid anti-corruption fight into mindless anarchy. Is this revolution or vandalism? Okay. Captain Kibet says, DRC Congo in Africa did this for ages. They're now very poor, yet with huge gold resources. Okay, like I said earlier, I pointed us to this fact before I even went into what people are commenting on social media. It's not the final resolution. I know they have cried, they have lamented so much, they were choking so much, they resorted to using social media to, air their views. Yet, the government of the day still locked up the only means that they could use to, air their view. So that's why it skyrocketed to what we're seeing right now in Nepal. But it still doesn't negate the fact that with the way that they are burning down houses, let's go back to dialogue. Let's have a conversation. We want peace. Talking about protests, we delve now to Ghana, where Ghana is still insisting, Ghanaians are still insisting and protesting against Nigerians that they should leave. Their protest is still persisting, is still being refreshed. They're saying, Nigerians, you must go back to your country. The Igbo king in Ghana, you have to go back. That why should Nigerians go back to their country? They say internet fraud is related to Nigerians. Armed robbery is related to Nigerians. Prostitution is related to Nigerians. Kidnapping is related to Nigerians. Every evil that you can think of, every negative happening in Ghana, they will say that Nigerians are associated with all of this. So Nigerians should leave Ghana. And now they have gone into shutting down shops and establishments by Nigerians in Ghana. They say, no, go back to your country and establish yourself. If you want to own a shop or run any enterprise, go back to Nigeria and run it. And that is what they're doing right now in Ghana, destroying shops owned by Nigerians. Let us see the video.
That's why I want to run it. I don't want them to tell me like this is legally here. I'm here now for 25 years. Listen. All my children haven't got a passport. Listen. So if the shop is for my so you want to come and close. You want to listen to your time. I don't know you. The same way I don't know you.
40 years. Monkey, you know where
Monkey is in Nigeria.
And so what?
Monkey is in Nigeria. They put up in Ghanaian.
You want to respect them. You go to Nigeria, can you do what you are doing there? You go to shop, if you go ambassador, they'll charge you. What do you mean? Have you seen any Ghana selling in Nigeria before? You think we are joking?
Some Ghanaians have resorted to destroying shops and properties owned by Nigerians in Ghana. And did you hear the last question the man asked the Nigerian? The Nigerian man was telling him that all his life he's been in Ghana and all his children have Ghana passports. But what did he ask? He said, have you seen a Nigerian owning a shop and being this established in Nigeria? Have you seen a Ghanaian own a shop in Nigeria? What sort of question is that? And some people are saying that this could be an act of jealousy. Is this an act of jealousy because we are becoming more enterprising in another man's country? Let us see people's reaction on the internet. Ese Rain says, all I see is jealousy. Knowing full well is a Nigerian and his business is doing well. All is just envy. Imagine listening to what that man is saying. Have you seen any Ghanaian shop in Nigeria? Okay, this person, Young Bless Money, says, honestly, let's go to Young Bless Money. MacDon says, this is becoming a shame. The federal government needs to develop other states in Nigeria, or we'll keep seeing these things reoccurring in other countries. We're the best country in the world. I'm just going to hold on to that. Yeah, we're not taking more comments. We're not taking more comments under that. We are the best country in the world. That one has just stuck in me. And I think that's a take home for me. If you want to be the best, what should you do to remain the best? We're the best country in the world. Did you hear that? Someone is, praising himself, owning up to the fact that, yeah, I am a Nigerian and I'm proud to be a Nigerian. So what should we do to really remain the best country in the world? This, our names being associated with evil deeds should not be one of the things that we should be known for. Please, let's desist from every evil that we're doing and forge ahead into doing positive things and impacting people positively. We want our name, Nigeria, to be heard at the top right there. Okay, away from all of this protest and all this negative vibes, I am delving into something that's really going to rejuvenate me right now as we see a boss settling his Nwa boy. They call him Nwa boy in the Igbo. That's his apprentice. A boss settles his apprentice with a full stocked up shop to really appreciate and thank the apprentice for serving him faithfully with the whole of his heart. We seldom see this happen, but I must say this is very commendable and encouraging. Let us see the video of a boss setting up a shop stocked up with goods for his apprentice.
We are the place where my neighbor is settling his boy.
I'm telling you.
Who said to do boy no they pay? Who said
now to go to a better guy?
Now one boy will do well, get they settle well. And na better guy, Jesus. Almost see shop. Hey, no, God me don't do this one. Almost see shop. Hey, nah. Hey, nah. Hey. Nah, ne choir. Jesus. You see.
This is making me smile so much. This is so beautiful, such an amazing sight. I wish we could be seeing more of things like this. And this is two sides. The boss has to be faithful and the apprentice has to be faithful too. When you see that your apprentice has served you faithfully as a boss, what should you do to pay back the apprentice? Do your part. So the apprentice did his part and the boss did his part. And not some people playing ojo, you know, when it has to do with you paying back your apprentice now or establishing your apprentice. You come up with one deceitful, subtle thing and say, no, she stole my resource, she stole, and that's how 5 years of serving you is gone. That's how we get to hear some problems happening between bosses and apprentices. I must say this is a very commendable act, and this is what we want to see more in Nigeria. This actually happened in Port Harcourt. All right, before we wrap up for today, what is the word that we have for today? Let's go to the word of the day. Let's see the word of the day. The word of the day is be haste. Be haste. What does it mean? Be haste can refer either to an authoritative order or an urgent prompting. Example, the committee met again at the senator's behest. Behest. That is the word that we have for today. Do not forget, the word we have for today is behest. And like I told us earlier, today is Family Wednesday, and we ask questions that revolve around love, marriage, family, anything that concerns family. We ask questions that revolve around it on Wednesdays like this. So, due to what has been happening in our country and outside of our country, I want to ask a question that revolves around conflict. So, let us see the Family Wednesday question that we have for today. Yes. Our Family Wednesday question for today is, how do you resolve conflict in your home? How do you resolve conflict in your home? That is the Family Wednesday question that we have for you today. You know that misunderstanding is inevitable. So when there is misunderstanding in your home, how do you resolve it? This is what we want to know. And this has been #trending on Spectrum Television. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I remain your host on #trending, Ofonona Joseph. Do not forget to answer that question. How do you resolve conflict in your home? We want to know. Thank you so much. Have a lovely Wednesday. See you tomorrow.